Hello everyone. So in this video we're going to talk about x and y intercepts for linear functions. Okay, and I just want to start off with some vocab. Okay, an x-intercept by definition is the point on the line that intersects with the x-axis. So basically you're really just looking for where does my graph cross that x-axis, okay, and it's at this point. Now here's something that's important. This is an ordered pair. Okay, we express points as ordered pairs, x value and a y value. The x value is going to be wherever it crosses the axis, but something that you really need to be careful about here and really pay attention to is anytime you have an x-intercept, the y value of that ordered pair will always be 0 because any point on the x-axis has a y value of 0. Similarly, for the y-intercept, we're looking to see where does my graph cross the y-axis, okay? And that's our y-intercept. Now, same deal. Wherever I cross the y-axis, that's the y value here, but the 0 that you see is always going to be there for a y-intercept because y-intercepts always have an x value of 0. So this is something we're going to come back to when we start solving for x and y intercepts algebraically with linear equations. Okay, but for now, let's just look at a graph. Okay, so if I wanted to find my x-intercept, I need to find where does it cross my x-axis. Okay, so here it's crossing the x-axis at -4. But my x-intercept isn't just -4. We want to express that as an ordered pair, so we would express -4, 0. Okay, same deal for my y-intercept. I'm just looking for where it crosses the y-axis. In this case, it's crossing at -3. But I don't say my y-intercept is just -3. We want to write that as an ordered pair. Okay, let's look at another example. Oh, just kidding. So graphically, finding x and y intercepts is very straightforward. Okay, you're just looking to see where does it cross the axis. Okay, that's pretty easy. It gets a little more challenging when we don't have a graph anymore. Okay, maybe we just have an equation like here. Right? And what we want to do is we want to find where this line, because it still represents a linear function, it's still a line if we were to graph it. Okay, but we want to find where does this line cross the x and y intercept, or I'm sorry, the x and y axis. So to find the x-intercept, what we want to do is really find the x value for when y is 0, because we know an x-intercept should always have a y value of 0. So we're going to take our equation that we have up here, and we're going to plug 0 in for y. We're going to say, hey, if we have a y value of 0, what's the corresponding x value for this equation? So we plug in 0 for y and we solve. Now, -2 times 0, or 2 times 0 here is 0, so our equation really turns into 3x equals 12. We divide by 3 and find that x is equal to 4 when y is equal to 0. Our x-intercept, we can then say, is the point for 0. Similarly, for the y-intercept, we can substitute 0 in for x and solve for y because we know a y-intercept always has an x value of 0. So we take our same equation, but this time we're going to plug in 0 for x. So 3 times 0 minus 2y equals 12. And again, 3 times 0 is 0, so our equation turns into this. We divide by -2, and we get y equals -6. So again, we can say the y-intercept is at the point 0, -6. So even without a graph, we can still find algebraically where this equation, this line, would cross the x and y axis. So let's extend on this. Here's a new equation. And let's start off by finding the x and y intercepts. Okay. So for an x-intercept, we said we're going to plug in 0 for y. So 2x minus 4 times 0 equals 8. Okay, that would turn into 2x equals 8, which gives us x equals 4. So let's write our x-intercept down here. And then let's find our y-intercept. So this time we're going to plug in 0 for x and solve for y. Okay, and we find that y is equal to -2. So our y-intercept would be 0, -2. Now, what we can do is, if we know where the line crosses the x-axis, and if we know where it crosses the y-axis, we can plot those points and connect them to actually make the graph. Okay? So let's do this. We have our 2 points, and we know that the line should go through them like this. Okay? But let's figure out how to get points here. Okay, we could find the slope between these 2 points, right? We could do rise over run, so it would be going up 2 over 4, so the slope would be 2/4 or 1/2. So with that information, I can get some more points. We would go up 1, right 2, we get a point here. We could go up 1, right 2, get a point here. And then we could do the opposite. We could go down 1, left 2 to get a bunch of points on this graph. Okay, and the reason we want to get a lot of points is because we want to really get a good picture of what our graph looks like. We don't want to carelessly draw a line through the 2 points. Okay, we want it to look nice and pretty, make it actually straight. And that's how we could do that. So that is it for this video. This is how you find an x and a y-intercept algebraically and also graphically. So rewatch, rewind, please ask questions, and have a great day.